Hello everyone, Mopar Dad 84 here, and this is the review for the third vehicle I was talking about. This is a Toyota Yaris 2010. It has the normal rust you would expect for a northern car along the rocker panels. That's what I want to cut out a little bit. You can see it more on this side where they try to put a piece of black tape over it and then the tape blew off. I just want to cut that out, and then a little bit of weight savings. It's going to fall out anyways. And then just coat it with rust preventative paint best I can, you know. Rest of the car is pretty solid. Again, 2010 Toyota Yaris. I'm not going to do the back because I'll show my plate, but overall it's decent shape. Near to 45 miles to the gallon is what I got my first week of checking it. Looks dirtier than it probably is. Kids were just in there with muddy feet. It was pretty clean. But yeah, this is what I drive to and from work. It's a lot better putting miles on something like this than, you know, like a Challenger. It's worth a lot more. This is only like $1,000. So a big difference. And 45 miles a gallon, which I need now with gas prices, $5 a gallon. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of stuff to it, and then I'll show you the after. Like I said, I want to cut that out right along the bottom there. I may take the wheel covers off and may just do black wheels. We'll see how it looks with like that, or I might put the covers back on. Either way, I want to paint them rims because they're starting to rust. But yeah, there she is. That's the third vehicle. My truck's over there, the Nissan Frontier. I haven't really did a video on it, but overall pretty good. Might black out the hood. Plan on removing the muffler. It's pretty quiet right now, but the muffler rattles because it's got some miles on it. Pretty low miles for the year. It's 112,000. I've already got 114,000 on it because I run so much. I've only had it a couple weeks. It's already got 2,000 miles put on it. So yeah. But yeah, I needed something like this. And being Toyota, and they got a good reputation, I should be able to go 400,000 or 500,000 miles on it as long as the body holds up. That's the battle up here in the north, is all the snow and salt and everything. Like, we literally just started to warm up, and we're in the middle of May. And my dog under there. But yeah, there she is. So this is what it looks like without the wheel covers. I also cut that little section there where the rocker panel was out, repainted it. It looks a lot better than with it falling out of there, I think. I don't know. I think I'm going to put the covers back on. I don't know. I like both looks actually, but that's how it looks with them off. It's not bad. And then I also took that off for a little weight reduction. I think it'll sound better without that muffler rattling, because the muffler's shot on the inside. It's rattles and everything. So let's start it up and see if we hear much of a difference. It's just not gonna make much difference, I don't think. Yeah, that's very small. Oh, it definitely made a difference in the sound. You couldn't really hear anything before. Little 1.5 liter 4-cylinder. There's my chickens. Sounds a lot better. It actually has some sound to it. It doesn't sound bad. No rattle, with being the exhaust was rattling. Now I can actually hear the car. I like that being it's a stick shift. I'll be able to hear my rev a little bit better than just watching the RPMs, because with this being a 1.5 liter, it does like a little rev when you pull it out. It's not got much low end torque. Let's take a look at the engine. Be great for what I need. I need something like this because I run a lot of miles. The 1NZ engine, no shiz. I have a 1.5 liter Again, I'm getting about 45 miles to the gallon on an average, so pretty happy with that. Thanks to the manual. If it was an auto, it wouldn't do nearly as well. It also wouldn't have no power if it was an auto with a little 1.5 liter Ford. But only 112,000 miles on it when I got it. It's 114 now already, and she runs pretty smooth, pretty good. Sounds pretty good. This is what it sounds like out back. Basically, just cut it right. It's going to be coming out about right around the tire here. But I'm going to actually get a piece of pipe I seen on eBay for 20 bucks. It fits. It goes right in the hangers, just like where the muffler went, and it just replaces the muffler that way, so it actually goes all the way out. But right now it's dumping right by the axle there, by the back axle. You can't really see it behind the tire. I'll set the phone here and give it a couple revs. So we're cruising along in the little Toyota Yaris. I'm gonna end the video with a little bit of sound from the inside, and just driving it a little bit. One thing that I like about the car, it doesn't matter how hard I drive it, it still gets over 40 miles a gallon. 45 if I'm around about 45 if I'm easy on it. But I haven't really seen much less than that. Because I didn't break the numbers down the last time I filled it, but it went 429 miles. I still had 2 bars left, so it wasn't as low as when I filled it before, and it had it took not quite 10 gallons, went 440 miles. It broke down about 44.5 miles a gallon. But that time it was flashing 1 bar. It was like out. This time I still had 2 bars, and I went 429, almost 430. So that's pretty good. But it's no race car by no means. It's an economy car, but with the stick shift, it actually goes pretty good. It sounds good. There's a little takeoff, so I'll hit the car in front of me. Because he didn't take off. But I just run up on that car. But again, still, the stick shift makes it fun. It definitely has a lot more power than it would if it was an auto. It also gets better fuel mileage than if it was an auto. So that's why I was happy it was a stick. Because you can rip around and have a little bit of fun in it. And you can push a car like this a lot more than you could something that makes 1,000 horsepower. Of course, because you can't push a car that hard on the road without going to jail, you know. It's a car that has crazy power, you're going to be getting a lot of attention. But a car like this, you can run it hard, have fun with it, and still get over 40 miles a gallon and not worry about breaking any laws. You're not breaking the speed limit, you know. You can, but, you know, you can push it a lot harder, wind the gears out. You can have more fun with it, actually. Believe it or not, a car that isn't as fast when you're running it on back roads, twisties, a little lighter. This car handles really well. It's only 2,300 pounds, so it handles exceptional. But yeah, nothing like the Challenger as far as speed, but actually a little better handling than the Challenger because it's so light. And far better gas mileage, which would be expected. This is only a 1.5 liter, so didn't get to really take off much in it because of the car in front of me. I would have ran it a little harder. We're on like a 50. We're on like state route roads, 55-mile-an-hour roads. So, and I'm just running with traffic, so I'm a little over 60. this is my normal commute. So that's the other reason some people will ask how I get such good mileage, because I would get close to 30 in the Challenger. I've had hit 30, and it's because my commute is mostly this 55 mile an hour roads. I'll be in overdrive at 55, 60 miles an hour. Before that, actually, I can shift this because it's so close geared. I can shift this into fifth, which it doesn't really actually label it as an overdrive, but I can shift into fifth, which is top gear, at 35 miles an hour, and it's fine. From 35 up, it's fine in the fifth gear. It doesn't lug or anything like that. It's just really close. That's why, like I run 60, I'm over 2,000 RPM, about 2,500 actually. It's just the camera's kind of close to the thing. If I run 80 in this, I'm running like 3,500 RPMs. So there, obviously, if you're running 80 all the time, your fuel mileage won't be nearly as good. But in my experience so far with the car, I can't get less than 40. I'm getting well over 40. I actually think, again, I didn't do the numbers on the last one, but I think I was doing better on mileage on the last one than the previous one. Because, again, I had 2 bars left, and I went 430 miles, basically. The other one, I went 440, and I was out, so I wouldn't have been surprised if I could have went another 40 miles on what I had, because it wasn't even down to the last bar yet. 30 miles at least, or it could have just came on, soon after, but it seemed like the other one, it came on sooner, went down to, the light came on, basically. It goes to, basically what this does, when it gets down to 1 bar, it'll start flashing. Seemed like the other tank, it started a little bit sooner. So I actually think I got better mileage on the last tank, but I didn't crunch the numbers or anything. So I would say she's right, she's right around 45. Better than what it's rated, which can happen, especially if this was rated as an automatic at 38. That's what it's rated at highway, 38, and it's way over that. So again, without even breaking the numbers down, it's pretty easy. So the first time I filled it, it took 9.89 gallons. It went 440 miles. So if you just say 10, that's 44 miles to the gallon. So it's pretty easy to figure without even figuring. But I broke it down actually on the calculator because it was less than 10 gallons, and it came out to about 44 and a half, just under 44 and a half. So, and that's exceptional. And I'm sure I could have pushed it a little bit further, before I even fueled it. But 440 miles to a tank. This is only supposed to be an 11-gallon tank. It took less than 10 to fill it back up. That's freaking awesome. I'm very happy with it. But that's going to be it. Well, I might do one little more pull. This car in front of me. Give them a little gap. So from there, I went from second straight into overdrive because that was just first and second pull, and then I just threw it in overdrive because it was already close to 60, 55, somewhere in there. And I actually didn't go further with it because that little spot right there, it wasn't up to 55. I just passed the 55 marker. It was actually 45 in there, so I didn't want to push it any further. But that's pretty good. I'm real happy with the way it drives, the way the fuel mileage is. So right now, that is where my fuel is. I just fueled it the other day. I filled it yesterday. And I'm going to look at how many miles I've went on this tank. 102 miles. And it hasn't dropped 1 bar. Even with me ripping on it here and there. So that's just phenomenal. The way I think that it's tuned, I don't think it lets you give it. Even though you give it more fuel, I think it's pretty modest on its fuel that it'll take in. Because even if I rip on it, it still gets great. Again, 103 miles. I fueled it yesterday. It has not dropped 1 bar. It's still full. Now, the first half, and this that way with a lot of vehicles, I've noticed the first half, I get way more miles out of the first half. I'll go 300 miles before, and it'll still be showing a half a tank before it gets below the half. 300 miles. Then I've got about another 150. give or take, before I'm out, you know, from there. So that's just great. I mean, this is perfect car for me running back and forth to work, as many miles as I put on, and especially with the gas prices going crazy like they did. But again, I'm not trying to make the video too long. I'm going to cut it here, and thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.